What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burning Hammer Podcast. And on this one, we are going over the top 5 current WWE tag teams. But before we get into that, WWE is making another big announcement, Dylan. And so we are recording this a couple hours before the big announcement gets revealed. So we're not going to talk about it too much. We're going to speculate about what it is because I'm scared to say it seems like it is a little obvious about what it's going to be, and it seems like we're going to get a WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, Dylan.
Yeah, it does. But
unfortunately,
I'm pretty sold that they're going to announce a double Mania, and they're still going to do one in the United States.
Okay.
Which I'm not even saying that's not good either.
It's not good at all.
Would you rather them do that or just do WrestleMania in Saudi?
I think for the sake of preserving what WrestleMania means, just do one in Saudi.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna just do it in Saudi, dude. If you're gonna do it, like, don't quit trying it. You can't dance around it, bro. Like, if you want to do it in Saudi, just do it in Saudi.
Yeah, don't dip your toe in just a little bit. If you're gonna go full in Saudi, just go full in Saudi. Don't try to please everybody. And because if you do it twice a year, that changes the landscape for the entire year. You know? Yeah. Like, they start the road to WrestleMania in January to April, and then when are you going to have it? In October? So then you're going to start another road to WrestleMania?
Do you think there's any chance that they would, like, split it up to where there's, like, one night in Saudi and one night in the U.S. on the same weekend?
No.
Okay,
it seems like that would be such a headache to try to get everything set up for two different locations that are that far away.
Agreed.
Plus, you got to get talent there, certain talent here, certain talent there. So by the time this comes out, the big announcement will have been announced. So hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe it's nothing to do with WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, but they have, like, their biggest stars are going to be there for this announcement, unfortunately. So we'll have to see. You guys let us know in the comments. Would you rather have 2 WrestleManias in 1 year, one being in the U.S. and one being in Saudi Arabia, or would you rather just have one WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia? So with that being said, Dylan, you want to get into a little bit of a T-shirt check?
Yeah, real quick. I wanted to say something, though.
Please do.
Dude, I just got to say, he might never see this. No one might ever see this. Like, SRS and everyone at Fightful, you guys are fucking cockroaches, bro. Like, I want you guys to know that. Like, from the bottom of my heart, you're a cockroach, bro. Like, you are dedicating your life to ruining the mystique and the magic of professional wrestling, and then claiming to, like, have any sort of love or respect for it. You can fuck right off, dude. Like, you can fuck right off. I don't care at all. I'm just like, obviously, what I'm getting at is they blew the AJ Lee return, and for why? Because you
for
clicks? For clicks, and it's like, don't say that you care about this, man. You don't. All you care about is, like, yeah, dude, I just can't stand the guy. I can't stand, and it's like, not even like, I don't even. I might never have a conversation with him. It's fine, but it's like he just dedicates his life to, like, ruining the mystique and craft of this, and then has the, like, nerve to, like, talk down to people as if he knows more than other people because. Why? Like, you got some connections that ruin
some rats
storylines, like,
in the sewer.
Yeah, whatever. It's all right. You don't have to, like, this doesn't need to be clipped and posted or whatever. I just needed to rant because it's like they continuously, all the dirt sheets, Fightful's just the biggest one, so obviously they're going to get the biggest target on their back. And SRS does it to himself as well. Like, Sean Ross Sapp is a goon, bro. He's a troll.
Like, yeah.
But anyway,
and you know what? he won't see this because he blocked us.
Yeah, because
on Twitter.
Because I'm pretty sure we just said, like, Sean Ross Sapp sucks one day, and then he was just
Yeah.
like, the guy looks up his own name on Twitter and then blocks people who talk bad about him or tries to get in fights with him. He's weird.
Yeah, very weird guy.
Super weird. Whatever. But anyway, I just need to put that out there to him and all the Dirtsheets. Whatever. Continue to thinking you have any love and respect for this. You don't.
Yeah.
Like, people who actually do have no respect for you. The wrestlers in this business, bro, they don't respect you. They don't. Like, don't convince yourself they do, because they fucking don't, man. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, so I'll get into my... So I'm not going to get into a T-shirt here, but I'm going to get into a hat. I'm starting to get into a bit of accessories. We got a little bit of a ECW wrestling here. I got this one a while ago. I think I picked this up at PacSun like a year or two ago, and I never really wore it that much because I don't like to wear hats that often. And I thought this one was uncomfortable, but feels comfortable now. So I don't know if my head shrunk or what, but I feel like I can...
Maybe your hair's shorter or something? I don't know.
My hair, potentially, but yeah, they have stuff at PacSun. They have stuff, I want to say they have stuff at, like, it was either Hollister or Abercrombie and Fitch now. Like, they sell wrestling stuff all over the place.
Man.
So, Dill, you have a pretty cool shirt on.
Yeah, man. In honor of what we're doing, obviously, going through the current top 5 WWE tag teams, had to break out one of the greatest tag teams of all time.
Yeah.
The Hardy Boys, baby. Team Extreme. Matt and Jeff. This is it's like the Homage Classics. Hardy Boys, No Mercy in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, man. This is like one of my favorite shirts. One of the most comfortable shirts in my collection. If not the most.
So...
But had to break out a classic legendary tag team for this video about tag
I think
teams.
they may be my... I think I may put them at number 1 for, like, best tag teams ever.
Yeah, man. They're real up there.
We'll have to do that for a YouTube video.
Yeah, definitely. I won't argue with you there. Really.
Yeah, because I feel like obviously the top... I don't know if they're the top 3, but the main 3, Edge and Christian, Dudleys, and Hardy Boys, put them in 3 in any order you want, and you're probably not going to get too many arguments. And then obviously...
But then
the New Day and Usos.
New Day. Yeah, dude. There's
like,
a lot of
So
Road Warriors, DX.
Yeah.
Ton of guys. So
let's get into some honorable mentions here, Dylan, because I feel like we can kind of the entire tag division outside of this 5 is like the honorable mention.
Pretty much.
I don't know. I feel like...
So because of that, I tried to narrow it down to 2. Because there's, like, the tag division isn't super deep. Like, if you really look at it, there really only is, like, 10 tag teams. Like, less than that.
It's crazy. Because I was, like, looking at them online for, like, all of the current tag teams.
Because I wrote it down, and I was like, I must be missing some. And then I was like, I'm really not.
Yeah. Because you think we have, like... 5 at least on SmackDown.
Yeah, they need to even that out, bro. The SmackDown division is way better. It's crazy.
Got to get those titles off the Judgment Day, man. I don't know what they were thinking.
I'm pretty sure 4 of the... I mean, I'll just throw it out there immediately. Yeah, never mind. We'll talk about it later. I'm pretty sure my entire top 5 is on SmackDown.
Okay.
So,
I have 4 of my 5 is on SmackDown.
Yeah, so from my first honorable mention... is your current World Tag Team Champions, the Judgment Day. Specifically Finn Balor and J.D. McDonough, who are your current World Tag Team Champions. I'll tell you what, I actually really love the tag team of J.D. and Finn. I like it a lot. I don't think this isn't like anything to do with that. They just don't really feel like a tag team. You know what I mean? Like, to me. Like, they don't... They're, like, so much more involved in, like, just, like, other stuff. It's always, like, the entire faction having a story within itself. And then, like... Yeah, and they just don't really, like... Yeah, they don't, like, run the tag division kind of like it's just, like... It feels like they're like, well, we can put him on Judgment Day. Like, that's like what it felt like.
It doesn't even feel like Raw really has like a tag division, if that makes sense.
It doesn't really, and it would be.
Feels
really
like all
awesome
the tag teams are like kind of doing other things besides trying to go after the world tag titles.
Yeah. So you're right.
Okay.
But yeah, Judgment Day, being that the team of Finn and JD just is incredible, and they are the tag champs.
Sure.
They're one of my honorable mentions.
All right, so I will tell you right now, I left Judgment Day off my top 5 and off my honorable mentions on purpose, because I don't really love them as a tag team. So I think
that's fair. They just don't present themselves as a tag team, really. That's like the big thing.
Like, I think if they separated from the Judgment Day and were kind of like going off to do their own thing, like, I think that it would work and maybe they would crack
even
at least
if
the
their
honorable
focus
mentions.
was just like on the tag division, but that's not their focus.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to get into an honorable mention here. This is going to be another team that is on Monday Night Raw, and that is going to be the Creed brothers. So I think I'm also judging this top 5 based off of like what I see, kind of not how they necessarily are getting booked currently. So I think the Creed brothers could be one of WWE's top tag teams if they kind of just like push them properly, which they haven't really, and I'm not quite sure like what the holdup is. Like, they both are really entertaining. They're both really good in the ring. I think they kind of have everything that you want in a tag team, and it seems like their push kind of just got cooled off with all this stuff with El Grande Americano. So I would like to see them kind of start to get a nice push at some point in this lackluster tag division on Raw. I don't know why they can't at least kind of get pushed to the top on Monday Night Raw, but yeah, Creed brothers, going to be an honorable mention. Booked properly, they could potentially crack this top 5.
Yeah, I'm with you there. They didn't make my honorable mention or my top 5, but like you said, it's not because it's more just because of, I think, the opportunities they have. I know what they are capable of fully, so I mean, I fully agree that they could easily crack this top 5 with the right opportunities for me. And then I'll go to my other honorable mention, and that is one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the New Day.
Jeez.
So the New Day is at what?
All right, nothing. We'll get into it later.
All right. The New Day is my honorable mention that just falls outside of the top 5. I actually really love the work that New Day has been doing as heels.
Same.
I think it's been hysterical. I think it's been it's been hysterical. It's also been very just like straight up good heel work.
Yeah.
And yeah, the reason that they're just falling out of my top 5 is just kind of they're sort of out of maybe toward the end of their run. They obviously have time left. But they're not quite in their prime, and there's some other guys, and I know you might argue maybe the team I have 5 isn't quite in their prime either, but we'll talk about it. But no hate on the New Day. This is not a thing of this is the top 5 tag teams I have. I just feel really strongly about.
Okay, so I will get into I'll get into 2 honorable mentions here because I think at least one of these 2... Actually, I'm going to get into 3 because I want to mention... I won't talk about much, but a healthy Pretty Deadly, I think, may crack the top 5. I just want to throw that out there. So, obviously, I think very highly of Pretty Deadly. They absolutely rule. And then the other 2 teams I'm going to do as my honorable mentions are going to be Andrade and Rey Fenix. They are a tag team that I was unsure of once they got thrown together, but the more they're tagging together, the more I've really fallen in love with them, and I think that it absolutely does work. Like, they have a lot of great chemistry in the ring. They're great. They have a great blend of styles, and I think they're just a lot of fun to watch, and I think they work really well together. And so I think they obviously are making their way, or have kind of gained a bigger foothold in the SmackDown Tag Team division with the injuries from Pretty Deadly. So, that's just like, you think about how loaded the SmackDown Tag division is, and we're not even discussing Pretty Deadly at all because they're injured. And then the next team, which I'm going to assume cracked your top 5, is going to be Fraxiom. They get an honorable mention from me. If you have them in your top 5, I'm not going to argue with you too much, but I think they are, again, another team that made their debut on Friday Night SmackDown and just absolutely blew everybody out of the water. And they kind of just took the tag division by storm, and I think they have a lot more to give for this tag division. They're going to be multi-time tag team champions in the company. So,
very
Fraxiom,
interesting that you have them at outside of your top 5.
Yeah, Fraxiom did not crack my top 5. So why don't you get into your number 5, Dylan?
I will get into my number 5. So, my number 5 is, in my opinion, another one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling history. That is the team of Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, Motor City Machine Guns.
All right.
So I got Motor City Machine Guns at 5. I mean, dude, anything very not too long ago, I probably could have had them at 1 if we were talking about all of wrestling. Throughout different times over the years, they have absolutely been one of, if not the best tag team in the world. Obviously, getting into WWE, this late in their career, having this final run is something really special, and they've done awesome with it, really, so far. And I'm hoping that we get another, tag team title run or 2 out of Motor City Machine Guns, and they really finish off their career as one of the greatest tag teams ever in WWE, strong over the next few years.
Yeah, so Motor City Machine Guns are actually also my number 5, Dylan. So, again, I mirror everything that you are saying. I think that they are easily a top 10 tag team of all time. I think that maybe when they were tag team champions, they make it higher up on this list. But, those are just guys who have kind of cemented themselves to be a top 5 tag team until they decide to hang up their
and really,
boots.
the only thing keeping them at 5 at this point is that they've just got less time left in their career than the other teams on this list. For me, that was really what pushed them to 5.
Yeah, so I fully agree. Honestly, I feel good about my top 2. I think you can shuffle around my top 3 kind of however you want to, and it would make sense. So I'll get into my number 4 here, Dylan.
Yeah.
And that's going to be #DIY. So
interesting.
DIY coming in at number 4. I think that these guys feel like kind of one of the staples of the SmackDown tag team division. Like when you just think about the work they've been doing together, it's some of the best tag team work we've seen recently. They both are very good at being heels. They both are very good at kind of sprinkling in some humor to their heel work also. And they're obviously very good in the ring. They have kind of what's grown on me to be a banger of a theme song. And I think that they are currently number 4. Again, you can shuffle around a couple of these teams, but DIY coming in at number 4 for Mark.
Interesting, yeah, very interesting. I agree with the sentiments that you said about them, all the compliments that you were giving them, and I'll talk about DIY some more maybe a little bit later on.
Okay.
But I'll get into my number 4 right now, which is a team you had as an honorable mention, and that is Fraxiom.
Okay.
So Fraxiom, of course, held the NXT Tag Team division down for over a year. It was really it was a team that got put together that wasn't really supposed to be a long-term tag team at first, and it's one of those stories, again, similar to the Sheamus and Cesaro was one of the most famous ones to come together and form the Bar. They have really made this work and blossomed into one of the best tag teams on the roster. Their debut on the main roster was incredible. They really took everybody by storm. I think they maybe have slowed down slightly in recent weeks, just because of in the last month or so, just because of lack of opportunity. It really seemed like they were going to get those tag titles, and then they just kind of didn't.
Yeah.
But they're both young, and they both have a lot of potential and future in this tag team division. When it comes to in-ring, they're one of the most entertaining tag teams in the world. They work so well together. Their styles complement each other so well. And I love watching them. So that's why I have Fraxiom as my number 4. And I think they are going to be kind of one of the biggest staples of this tag team division for the future, if not the biggest staple of this tag team division for the future. Once we get to, 2-3 years from now, when we're looking at to who's really holding it down, I think we're going to be looking at those guys.
Yeah, so, Fraxiom, I'm not going to argue with you for putting them in your top 5. Obviously, they are, like you said, one of the more entertaining tag teams. I think potentially one of the best in the ring of this top 5 tag team. And, it's interesting because when they debuted, they were scorching hot, and you thought, all right, they're going to put the titles on them. When they had their first title match, I think it was against the Profits at that time. They changed tag titles so often, but it did kind of feel like they potentially missed out on an opportunity, and then they lost, obviously, and then it's kind of like, obviously they've been in the fold, but I don't know if they were ever like true number 1 contenders again following that. But Fraxiom's going to be, like you said, a staple of this tag team division for the foreseeable future, and they're one of the better tag teams currently that WWE has. So I'll get in to my number 3 here, Dylan, and that's going to be your WWE Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt Sicks. So I think the Wyatt Sicks are potentially the best as a group, the best out of this world story gimmick faction that we have going on currently, and I think finally they're starting to put more effort and time into promoting them as a faction and as a tag team specifically now. So I'd like to see them do more with Uncle Howdy and everybody else involved, because I think they are like a special attraction. They have I think it was at Six Flags or somewhere where they have the haunted attraction. That's
Universal Studios.
Universal Studios. That's the Wyatt Sicks. So it's like they are transcending wrestling. So it's very cool to see. Wyatt Sicks, again, you can have them as number 1, and I will not argue with you because I love the Wyatt Sicks, but there's just 2 teams that I feel way better about as my top 2, and but I am happy that they finally put the tag titles on Wyatt Sicks. I just am not really sure how they're going to get them off of them. So, Wyatt Sicks, number 3.
Yeah, and Mark, who says we got to take them off of them anytime soon? Honestly, let's see what happens. And I will go into saying I also have them as number 3. The Wyatt Sicks, your current WWE Tag Team Champions. I think, like you said, potentially could have been higher on this list. I think the other teams that I have up on this list just been doing it a bit longer as teams, and I feel like they've been holding it down a bit longer. So that's really what went into that, and we will get into that. But the Wyatt Sicks are incredible and have really come into their own over these last few months, man. And like you said specifically, they're presented really well as a faction, but I feel I feel like Gacy and Loomis are presented really well as a tag team. In a completely, on the complete opposite end of what I was saying about, Finn and JD. And I think the Wyatt Sicks does it I think Wyatt Sicks is doing it very well, to where the Judgment Day is not. Where you have the Wyatt Sicks being like, okay, Gacy and Loomis are our tag team guys. They're gonna run the tag team division. That's what's gonna happen there. And it's like, people have roles. And that's really what you need to. That's what factions need to understand in any team. Like any team sport, everybody has a role, right? And obviously, I think the Wyatt Sicks and Uncle Howdy specifically have a lot of, really exciting things to come in the future, I'm sure.
I think also the thing with the Wyatt Sicks is, as a team, they're focused on capturing the tag titles, like as a faction, where it's like New Day or Judgment Day. They don't necessarily, like, it seems like the tag titles are like an afterthought, but there's like a different main objective for the faction kind of as a whole, because so many people are kind of doing their own thing currently. So I think that's what I think is appealing also about the Wyatt Sicks. So, you ready to hear my number 2, Dylan?
Yeah, I am.
All right, so this is a team that you had as your honorable mention, Dylan, and that is going to be the New Day. So, I think that the New Day, top 5 tag team of all time, I think with this work of turning them heels, I think has been some of the best work of their careers. I think especially even after they lost the tag titles, with everything they've been doing with mourning the tag division and the loss of their tag titles has been extremely entertaining. And I think they are just so good, even still, even without the tag titles, even being veterans of the tag team division. I don't know why they took the tag titles off of them. It didn't feel like the right time, and it really was just very baffling because it felt like they had something really good that was working. But that being said, them continuing, at least in my opinion, continuing to be, I think, the best tag team on Raw, while after losing the tag titles kind of says a lot for them currently, because how many teams, like we've seen on SmackDown, will lose the tag titles and then kind of fizzle out a little bit, where it's like New Day, they lost the tag titles, but then it's kind of like, all right, they turned the heat up even more with them mourning the loss of their tag titles every week, and obviously adding Grayson Waller. So the New Day, I just think they're so good, especially currently as heels. I think they are probably the most entertaining tag team currently in WWE. So got the New Day at number 4. I mean, Mark, 2.
I mean, and I don't disagree with any of the sentiments you said, right? Like it really puts into perspective, the different way people look at how they're judging, the top 5 teams currently right now. Because really what pushed the New Day out of the top 5 was that I was just like, I think the 5 teams on my list have more potential in the years moving forward. Not because New Day is incapable, just because they're younger and have been not given as much opportunity as the New Day has over the years. But, like I was saying, I don't disagree with any of your sentiments, and it's like, when you say it, it's like, yeah, man, they could even be one. Like, obviously, they could be one at any time because of the incredible work they've done over the years, man. And like you said, I thought it was a great point that you made with when they lost the titles, it felt like they turned it up a little, and we're like, we got to do something too. Because, like you said, definitely wasn't the time to take the belts off them, especially with the way that they've done nothing with Judgment Day in the tag team division, basically. Mm-hmm. Like a little feud with LWO that everyone knows the Judgment Day isn't going to lose the titles to LWO, so it's like... Yeah, and like you said, I really feel like that veteran, that's the vets in them, right? Like being able to just flip this and turn it into the morning, it's so funny. And honestly, I think it might lead to something very fun if they do win them back, like within the next month or so, and they're just and they're bawling their eyes out, crying, you know what I mean? It would be very funny. But yeah, I don't disagree with your sentiments at all, Mark. But I'm gonna go to my number 2. And this was a team that I was really surprised you had where you had, Mark, honestly. Okay. I can't lie to you. I can't lie to you.
I hope you never would.
And that is DIY.
Okay. Break it down for me.
So maybe this is just the fan in me. Maybe it's a little bit of bias to put them. I think at any given moment, like at this current stage in time, if DIY is healthy, they can't be anywhere outside of the top 3. Like,
Okay.
because that's how good they are.
All right.
And like I said, it's not like you had them at 4. It's not like you had them crazy far down by any means. I'm not. But to me, this was, and honestly, the reason I was shocked was because you've always been such a big DIY fan, specifically.
Yeah.
That's why I was a little bit shocked.
Buddy.
But I wasn't necessarily shocked in that I wasn't blown away by your decision by any means. But anyway, DIY, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, what they're able to do as individual wrestlers in the singles division, we've seen, right? We've seen what they're capable of in NXT.
2 of the best NXT wrestlers of all time.
Easily. But they may be even better as a tag team, man. Like, and they probably are, in my opinion. I just think the pairing is perfect, man. Like, their personalities mesh so well together. Their styles mesh so well together. And they're just the type of guys that, like, when they decide they're doing something, they're giving themselves to it. So these are 2 guys that have had incredibly successful singles careers. And I know creative, whatever, is the one that, like, puts them in certain directions. But at this stage in their careers, these are 2 guys that returned to this tag team with each other because they felt like this could be the best thing for their career. And it really is. I think them turning heel was really, really awesome because I think it's really shown, that's been the big thing for me, that's really shown that they can do anything, right? I mean, one of the most beloved tag teams, babyface tag teams on the roster before that heel turn, and one of the most beloved babyface tag teams in NXT history. And they're able to just flip like that and have such a great heel run like they're currently having. And yeah, to me, just DIY, just top tier. Like I said, might be a little bit biased just because of maybe how big of fans I am of Gargano and Ciampa as individuals. So just like, to me, it still feels like a dream team. You know what I mean? Of Gargano and Ciampa. Like, it's always going to feel like that to me. And maybe it's because of the space that NXT Black and Gold holds in my heart. Right?
Dude.
Like, and I think that definitely is a big factor because it's like I can never not view them as those guys, man. Because they are the guys, man. But yeah, we don't got to go into it too much more. I think we all can agree that DIY is great. Which leads us to, I believe we have the same number 1 team, Mark.
We do, and
which leaves us in a bit of a predicament as well moving forward, right?
With what?
Well, first, we'll get into it, but you can announce who our top team is, Mark.
Yeah, so the top team, clear as day, is the Street Profits. Number 1 tag team in their own tier, miles ahead of everybody else. I am praying to the gods that they don't split them up because I know
where I was going with it.
I know it got teased.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would split them up. I understand Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins could be big stars on their own, but I don't necessarily know if those 2 as singles competitors can become bigger stars than they are as a tag team.
I think
maybe
that's
Montez
what it
Ford,
is, right?
But it's like, I think they're so good as a tag team.
But are they going to be given the opportunity if they do split them up, Mark? Like, that's the other thing, right?
Exactly.
So it's while I think Montez Ford has world champion potential, face of the company type potential. I really do. I believe that wholeheartedly. The Street Profits are the best tag team on the roster, and it's not close.
Yeah.
They're in ring. They have everything that you could want out of an in-ring tag team, in my opinion, right? Because they can go straight up graps with the guys like DIY, right? And just put on a straight up banger, right? They can go hard hitting as hell. Angelo Dawkins is like I said, I've said this a while ago. Angelo Dawkins is just like, he's incredible. When are we going to start being like, people need to stop saying Dawkins is underrated. He's just awesome. Like, he's just awesome. Like, I understand, like, underrated to me, I don't know, it almost just feels like a backhand compliment. I feel like we've been saying Angelo Dawkins is underrated for 5 years. Like,
well,
you know,
and it comes to a point where so many people say that somebody is underrated, and it's like, well, at that point now you're kind of are getting properly rated because, like, I know it, especially, I don't remember exactly when it was, but maybe a year or two ago when they kind of first had that big tease of splitting up the New Day, or, God, the Street Profits, and they never really did anything with it, and people were kind of like, all right, like, everyone was obviously praising Montez Ford, but then Angelo Dawkins was getting his flowers also, and I forget what, like, you said the one, you saw somebody tweet it a while ago about somebody being underrated. Like you say,
it was Dawkins. It was Dawkins. It was the Ringer podcast.
Okay.
Which, shout out to those guys. Those guys are great. But I forget which one it was. I forget who it was that was saying it, but I know it was on the Ringer podcast. But one of them was saying that, yeah, like, when are we just gonna stop saying Angelo Dawkins is underrated and that he's just really good? And I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Like, we've been calling him underrated for 5 years. It almost feels like a little bit of a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, one of the most athletic in WWE.
Oh my god,
Angelo Dawkins is.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's not for his size. That dude is an athlete. Like, that dude is a straight up athlete. I'll say to this day, hey, I'll tell you what.
Tell me.
I think Dawkins' spear competes with any of them. I think Dawkins' spear is as good as anybody in the company.
All right.
Sue me. I think his spear is...
Sue-wee.
Sue-wee.
I love his big splash in the corner, too. His spinning splash.
Oh, yeah.
That's sick. I don't know what Sue-wee is. Or what
I think it's a soccer thing.
Okay.
I don't know. I think
it's cool. Everybody loves it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a soccer
thing. So it's working.
But I'm pretty sure, or I think I know Speed says it.
Okay.
So maybe it's a thing, but I'm pretty sure Speed says it because it's like a soccer thing. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a soccer thing.
Drop a comment, let us know what that means. But I will say this.
They're so good in ring. They're so good on the mic. They work as heels. They work as baby faces.
They got everything.
Can I say my biggest pet peeve, though, right now, currently? One of them, they shouldn't have changed their song, dude. I understand they wanted to go with, like, a little bit more of a... And I don't know if this was them or if this was creative or, like, who did it.
Probably creative.
Change it back, dude. Change it back. I miss that the Street Profits had such an awesome song, man. I like listen to it sometimes. I bring the swag like nobody, yeah. Don't mean no brag, but I got it, yeah.
And what's it now?
I bring the swag like nobody, yeah. Don't mean no brag, but I got it, yeah.
We want smoke.
Go.
That's what it's now. We want the smoke.
Yeah, and it's like it's not terrible, but it's just like it doesn't have that same. And I understand they're trying.
I think that's why they did it.
Yeah, but I think they could do that with their other theme. They can just go, I bring the swag like nobody.
I know. I don't know.
But I got it. Yeah.
Dude,
like, oh my god.
I think more crowds need to start to do that. Like, I understand it that like a lot of people do it in the arena and stuff, but it's like, I don't know. It's one of the cooler things to just see everybody.
Yeah,
it's awesome. But yeah, I think like, and I understand. The SmackDown tag division is very loaded, and it's actually overloaded. Because let me see if I can find the exact number here.
Bro, this is the old one, right? This one's so good, man. CFO $. And then he comes out, lifts up the cup to the sky.
Yeah. So How many tag teams do you think are on Raw?
I don't know, dude. 3?
So
I'm like American Made,
I got the list.
New Day, Judgment Day. I guess if you want to count Alpha Academy.
So we've got.
That's 4.
Are we counting the Bronze?
I wouldn't.
I agree. So you've got the War Raiders. You've got
War Raiders.
New Day. You have, I guess we'll count LWO. Judgment Day. And the Creed Brothers as a tag team. So what's that, 4 or 5? 4?
4 or 5, yeah. And then, but just listen to that list compared to.
Then you got the Wyatt Sicks. You've got the Tongans that are hurt, but they're on SmackDown. You've got Pretty Deadly who are hurt, are on SmackDown. You've got the Street Profits. You've got Motor City Machine Guns. You've got MFTs, which I would argue are kind of starting to get more in the tag division now.
Yeah.
You've got Mello Don't Miz. You've got Los Garza. You've got Fraxiom.
You got the Wyatts.
You got the Wyatts. You got DIY. Andrade and Rey Fenix.
Dude.
So
just make it even, dude.
Spread the love a little bit. Holy cow.
It's insane. It's insane how lopsided it is.
Yeah, like what? And it
makes no sense unless their thing is like, we don't care about the tag division on Raw.
Which is insane.
Yeah,
which is insane. And like, I think the Street Profits should hold the tag titles for over a year. Like, they're that good. Like, and I get there's so many good teams on SmackDown that they want to kind of
they
rotate
shouldn't have
it.
lost the titles to the Wyatts. Is that who they lost them to?
I think so.
I don't think they should have.
No, they should hold them for a year because they're that good, and they should.
And I love the Wyatts, like I said, and I'm fine with the Wyatts keeping a good reign for the time being. I want those Street Profits to move to Raw, man.
Agreed. Let them.
I would also love a heel faction with the Street Profits and Bianca would be sick. We don't need it, but like, if they ever do that, it has to be heel.
I think they could kind of. I don't know if the crowd will let them be heel though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But they would just work so much; it would be so much cooler.
I think.
Yeah,
they
you're
would just,
right. It would probably just be too cool. They would probably.
I think they would just be like cool tweeners.
Yeah, you're right. They're too cool.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you're telling me we're gonna boo when the Street Profits and Bianca Belair come out?
Never.
All right, so you guys let us know your list of the top 5 current WWE tag teams. Did we forget anybody? Did we leave anybody off of our top 5 lists? I think this one we had our biggest differences in terms of rankings over the past couple of lists.
The big ones were just DIY and the New Day, I guess, were the big ones.
Yeah. So you can listen to the podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Shop our merch, tpublic.com. If you want our content early and ad-free, sign up for the Patreon. All of that stuff will be listed in the description. And if you want to hear what we have to say about whatever this big announcement is that is coming up in like an hour or two from when we're recording this, make sure to follow us on our social media because we will be sending out probably a heated tweet or two when that comes out. So make sure to smash that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube and click that bell so you get notified every single time we release a new video. With that being said, I'm Mark Izzo, he's Dylan O'Brien, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.